Hello, and in this tutorial we're going to continue where we left off. We have downloaded Composer, we have connected it to your student web space, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start filling out some of the requirements for your checkpoint 1 of the web project. So once you've got your Composer open, you've got it connected to your student web space, you should see your index.html already out there in your directory. By double-clicking that file, it will open in the window as shown here. Okay, we're going to, there's two things we're going to change right in from the normal view, and that's putting your name in, because it's just so easy to find where you're supposed to type your name. So I'm going to put my name in on both of those. Wow, look at that. It says 2012. All right, we'll go ahead and update that to 2015, bring that into this century. And then that's pretty much all we're going to do from here. That's what I call the cheat view. We're going to flip over here and look at the source. In this class, we should be working mostly from the source code. When you work in normal view, as a word of caution to those of you who will be tempted, because the code view is pretty gross. I mean, I'm definitely going to say that this is not that great to look at. So it will be tempting to work in the normal view, and we will do a few things in normal view, but for the purposes of this project, we need to be working in the code view. And I will be able to tell if you've worked in the code view or if you've worked in the normal view, because the normal view writes code that no human being would ever write. So it does stupid things that no human being would ever do. And I mean, not even a human being that doesn't know HTML. I mean, they are just ridiculous. And I can't really describe it except to say we will look at some of the stupid things that normal view will do. So yeah, just don't use it. Get in the habit of, looking at these tags. Speaking of tags, let's take a little bit of time and look at the anatomy of the web document. Because I think if you understand the anatomy of a web document, it won't be quite so overwhelming. There's the HTML is the opening tag. All HTML pages are composed of tags. Tags are usually in pairs, not all of the time, but most of the time they are in pairs, and they tell the browser about different aspects of the document. So, for example, the HTML tag, which is at the top and the bottom, encloses the whole thing. That tells the browser that everything that's inside of this is HTML. Now there's two main sections of an HTML page, and I'll highlight them here. This one is the body. You see how the body tag opens up here, and it goes all the way down to here where it has a slash body. HTML tags are they're closed by this slash and then a repeat of whatever the open tag says. So this one had an open tag. Now this tag has an attribute as well, so don't be confused by that. It's just this is the opening tag body from here to here. There are additional things about the body, such as this one has put the background color as white. Okay, but it goes all the way to here. Similarly, this is a paragraph tag, and it continues and goes and goes and goes until an ending paragraph. This HR is a horizontal rule. If we flip into normal view, you can see the HR. It's right here. It's that line going all the way across the page. That's a horizontal rule. And that's a tag that is one of those rare tags because it doesn't really have a pair. It's just one tag. It just says horizontal rule, and that's the whole part. That's the whole tag. I have another paragraph right here that has a line break. There's the name with a line break, another line break. There's a script right here, and you know, this script, by the way, it shows up here in normal mode when you publish your web page to the server. The date that you last modified that is printed out. The script goes on the server, it gets that attribute of the document, when was it last modified, and it writes that out to the screen for me. Okay, some students think they're going to get around the system because they figure, oh wow, that tells him when I turned in a file, so I'm going to just delete this script right here, and then conveniently it won't show when it was last updated. Well, I'm done playing that game. The server still shows me when it was last modified, but it takes me extra steps to go verify that information. So let's make a deal. Leave the script and you don't get a penalty. You delete the script and make me have to go to the server and look at when your file was last modified. You've made my life more complicated, and I'm scoring you down 10 points right off the bat. So don't monkey with the script, please. It is not a good option. And the server still knows if and when you last modified the file. By deleting the script, it does not hide the fact that you turned your project in late. So please don't think that it does. Okay, this is a little bit of a little soapbox there. Let me see if I can undo that. Nope, I can't. But I can paste it. Ooh, that's really ugly. Gotta get rid of a bunch of junk. Hang on, this is pasted pasted the whole HTML in there. Okay, there it is. So I put it back. Go to the normal view, and I have my little yellow script box showing up. So you should have that, and do not modify that script, and do not delete it. If it's deleted, there is a penalty for that. It is minus 10 points off the bat. So please do not delete it. Great. Okay, so we have now made our first home page. We're gonna change the title up here, and this is the head of the HTML document, and includes important information about the web page. So some of those things show in the browser, some of them do not. The title happens to show in like the tabs at the top. When you view the web page, the title comes up in the tabs. So I'm going to type in that this is Tom's ITE130 homepage. Okay, and so here we have it. We have this page pretty much ready to go. We will change one more thing. I'm going to put this background color. I'm going to set it to something different. I'll put it to yellow, because part of the assignment is we need to change the background color. Okay, this is not going to be a site that's going to win any design awards. We are simply showing that we have looked at HTML attributes and we're getting familiar with changing things and with playing around. So there we go. We're going to change the background color to yellow. Next thing, I'm going to publish this file. Now there is a big emphasis here on a school of thought. Everyone wants to push the save button, but we are not going to use save probably at all for this project. We will use publish almost exclusively. If you have a change, the minute that I pushed that space bar, the publish icon lit up. And I'm going to cancel that for just a second. So publish. This is funny. Okay, so should you get this to come up, which I did get it one other time too. Keep your password handy, because you can paste it in there and tell it to use the password manager to store your password. Okay, now as soon as I make one change, watch what happens when I push the space bar. Watch what happens to the little publish icon. It immediately goes lit up. Okay, and that means that there's a change. Now we need to create 3 more pages, and we need to create links to all of those pages. So let's go to, I'm going to go to the end of this line, and I'm going to push enter. I'm going to go view the source. Okay, boom, there we go. We have, when I pushed enter, it made me a nice set of paragraph tags in here. That's great. I'm going to type in Tom's home, and I'm going to put in a little bar, which is like the thing when you push shift and it's over the enter key. It's, I think the official programming name for it is a pipe. So I'll put in a pipe, and I'm going to take a href equals about me. I'm basically what I'm doing right now, HTML. I'm going to set up my links. So about me to the different pages. Okay, an A tag is an anchor, and href is the place where you want it to go. It's like the HTTP reference. It's where you want the browser to go. So we want the browser to go to aboutme.html. The end of the quotation marks, about me, is contained in quotation marks, and then we have the end of the caret. This whole thing right here represents the opening of the anchor tag. So the anchor tag is opened, we type in the words about me, and then we're going to close the anchor tag with a /A. Okay, and then I'm going to add another pipe, and I'm going to make another one, href equals quotation marks, and this one's going to be called requirements.html, and I'm going to put quotes. I'm going to end it, my little caret, and then I'm going to type in the word, and I'm going to /A, and there we go. Okay, so I have my opening anchor tag right here. It starts out A for anchor, href equals quotation marks, requirements. That's the name of the HTML file, .html. And its requirements is going to be the word that shows up. So when you click the word requirements, you will go to the requirements webpage. The requirements, the requirements webpage. The about me, when you click about me, you will go to the aboutme.html page. So right now, you should just kind of type your code so that it looks exactly like the code that I have shown. And I'm going to go ahead and publish this, and it will close when it's done. Okay, so it goes back to the default view each time we publish. We're looking at the source here, and notice, and this is an annoying thing about Composer, is that each time we publish, like, it puts the words down on 2 lines. HTML does not really care about line breaks. So what I have shown right here is the same exact thing as this. That's the same. As far as HTML is concerned, it ignores it. Composer's got a lot of good features, and it has a few annoying features. The annoying feature is that even if I put this back up here and flip over to normal mode, the minute I flip back over to source code, it put that little pipe back down on its own line again. As a programmer, that would never be acceptable. Where I put things is where I want them to stay, and that includes white space. Whether I want something to be on the same line or multiple lines, I want to make that determination, not the program. Unfortunately, Composer makes that decision for us. Okay, so it's a free piece of software, though. The alternative could be I could have you guys license Dreamweaver, which is you know, an expensive piece of software, and you know, but it's professional grade. And I think I'll just stick to the free utility. It does do some annoying things, and that annoying thing is it puts this code on multiple lines and it rearranges your code however it sees fit. So if things move around on you, or I'm just saying, expect that things are going to move around on you. So where you type something is not going to be where it stays. It may move it down to the next line. Okay, just a note of things I've observed working with Composer. Alright, so I'm going to publish my page. Always just publish. I'm publish crazy, because the minute that I see the publish button light up, I want to make sure that I have gotten the changes that I made over to the web. Publish puts everything live. And then now that I have my About Me, or I have my home page right now, but I need to make my About Me page and my requirements page. Okay, and well, yes, and we are going to get there. Okay, but I'm going to add one more thing before I do that. This will make it easier. So I flip back to the source view. As we get later into the project, adding this heading is going to make a big difference to us, because it will help us to see where we are exactly, and what page we're on. This is Tom's home page /H1. Okay, so what I typed in is H1. This is an opening tag, H1. I typed in the words Tom's homepage, and I typed in a closing tag, closed H1. And that's going to make a nice big bold headline. If I flip over to normal view now, check that out. Pretty neat. Okay, so the good thing about this is it will help us to keep track of which page we're on, because we're about to make 3 pages. So it could get confusing pretty quick. Alright, now here's where we are going to publish this page as a different page. We are going to go to File. We're going to go to Publish As. You may want to get your notebook out at this point and write these steps down, because these are going to be very important. This is going to be something that might trip you up. So you're going to want to have detailed notes about this section. Okay, Publish As. You get this dialog box that opens up. It says Publish Page. You can change your title right on the fly. This is a pretty cool thing, because About Me page, you can keep track of your pages much easier if you do your naming and everything right here. So the file name is going to be About Me about.html, no caps, no spaces. Okay, the server we're on is very particular. So whenever you're naming things, images, HTML files, you will have much less frustration if you keep all of your file names with no spaces. I mean, no space. Just do not use a space. You could use a capital letter if you so chose, but it will screw you up, because about me, all lowercase, and about me with uppercases, these are different files, and it will say this file is not found, and it will drive you bonkers. So what I'm going to say to keep it easier is absolutely no spaces. Never, 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 never use a space when you name a file on the web. The other thing is, just stay away from uppercase. Don't use them. All right, so we're going to publish this file. We are going to use the same location as page. You can leave this box checked, include images and other files. That's fine, because there is no other files or images at this point. So then we're going to push publish, and we should have it there. And then if we come over here to this side and hit refresh, we should now see, oh, look at this, is an About Me page. Okay, so About Me page is open. It's actually open twice. I'm going to close this one, close this tab. Okay, so the About Me page is open. This part is very confusing, okay, because we just made this page and we saved it as About Me, but it still says Home on it. So this is the part where you've got to be in the zone. You got to be paying attention to what you are doing, because you will get yourself so confused so fast. I'm going to say for the 20 minutes that it takes you to make your 3 pages, you need to just put yourself in a bubble. And if you have kids, or if you have a dog, or if you have a cell phone, or if you have a TV, or if you have any other distraction in your environment, you need to just get rid of it and zone in on what you're doing. Okay, because you will get yourself so confused so fast when we're making these different pages, because we're about to publish again. So check it out. All right, we just changed this as a Tom's About Me page. We're going to go to the source. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this background to be something else. I don't want to see another yellow page, because it will be way too confusing. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to flip back to source, and I'm going to go back down to my little tags down here, and I'm going to type where it says Tom's Home. I'm going to type in an A, href equals, and I'm going to put index.html, and then I'm going to put the caret, and I'm going to go into the side of Tom's Home, and I'm going to end my anchor tag. So I have opened my anchor tag, I have typed Tom's Home, I have ended the anchor tag. Okay, now this is the About Me page. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to delete this anchor tag right here that goes to aboutme.html. That way I am not confused anymore about what page I'm on. It now says About Me right here. It says About Me up in the tab, and the About Me part is now not highlighted, which tells me I'm on the About Me page right now. And that's a very common convention that you use when you're doing web pages, is you unhighlight the page that you're currently on, because that tells you, well, you can't click on that. You are on that. So it makes it easier as you're navigating. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to publish these changes, and there they are. Now this is where I was talking about being in the zone. I hope you're still in the zone, because we're about to up the ante. We are going to publish as. We are going to type in that this is Tom's ITE130 requirements page. And the file name is going to be requirements.html, and leaving everything else the same, we're going to hit the publishing button. Confusion alert, confusion alert. We just changed the name of this page. You now see the tab says requirements. This still says about me though, because we just changed the name. So now we need to type this in before we get ourselves confused. Requirements page. Okay, and we're going to put the cursor here. We're going to flip to the source. And here it is right here. I'm going to take the active href off of requirements, and I'm going to put it back on about. ahref equals about.html. Go to the end of this, put in the ending of the anchor tag. So here again, this should start to get to be kind of routine here. You're seeing this is the href. This is telling the browser where to go. Quotation marks, about.html, and the quotation marks, and the little bracket. Write in the words that you want it to, that you want to have hot linked, and then close the anchor tag. So here you have a complete anchor tag going to the about page. And to do one last thing, we're going to turn this page green. Okay, because now we have requirements page. Oh, look what I did. I didn't put the why does this one have about? Oh, because look what I did. See, and notice that you may even see this as I have flipped back and forth. The code has jumped around the screen, so about is now down on its own line, and I didn't put it there, but about the me is now down on its own line, and that's just composer being composer. So I'm gonna leave that there. This makes it much harder to read though when it's all on multiple lines like this. But here's my opening anchor tag, ahref equals about.html. My caret is here, and then the word about me. So the about me will be linked, and that's the end of my anchor tag. So that's the end of my link. So flip back over to normal. Perfect. Now about me is linked, home is linked, requirements is not. That tells me I'm on requirements, but I need to publish this page. So I'm going to publish it. Bada bing, bada bow. If I hit refresh right here, I should now see all three of them, and I do. About me, index, and requirements.html. So if I come over to the website over here, student 37, and I refresh, there is Tom's home page. And if I click about me, it should turn red, and if I click requirements, it should turn green, and Tom's home is yellow. So here we go. We've made this kind of neat. Whoa. Oh, I see what happened. What page was I on? Requirements.html. Requirements.html, I need to go to the source. Oh, look what I did. Bonus points if anybody spotted that one. I put in the wrong name for my about file. It should be aboutme.html. Publish that bad boy. Alright, flip over to my requirements page. I should refresh, and now if I hit it, it's working, baby. That looks pretty sweet. Okay, so now we've got the beginnings of our web page. We've met checkpoint 1. We've got 3 pages. They're all linked together. You may need to go back and rewatch that part where I said we're in the zone. When you do the save, the publish as, and you're changing the name, right after you do it, you need to be in a zone, and you need to get the name changed, get your color changed, and get your hyperlinks set correct so that you are not confusing yourself. Because I've worked with enough of you to know that that's going to be a major choking point. So, but you can do it. You just need to focus. So rewatch it if you need to, but you've got now your homepage set to checkpoint 1 specifications.